second, because if I'm on this specific Wi-Fi, it won't let me go live because they don't want kids going live. So it messes things up. So I need to go through my cell service. So thank you guys for coming in today and hanging out with me. And today's Rant Wednesday. So if you have anything you want to talk about or anything that's bothering you, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm going to wait a few more minutes to see if I can get some people to come in here. So there's a couple things going on, specifically with my work and everything else. And I typically don't complain about this. I am not one to complain. I'm not one to rant about these things, but it's so freaking annoying. Okay. Politics are something that you should not be talking about at work. It's so unprofessional. Politics and religion. Okay. So I could go down the line of all the things that the one woman I work with, how stupid she is. Rants in my pants today. Thanks for coming in. I could go on and on and on about this woman. It's never really bothered me until recently. And last night I was texting my brother. I think that also kind of just pissed me off as well. Not my brother, but we were talking about things that are going on in the world, and we were talking about autism. And I talk about it on here, but I typically am not very open about my son being autistic. Yes. I agree with you 100%. So I typically don't talk about that stuff at work. Typically, I don't say a word. I just stand there and I don't try to convince her. I don't try to change her ways. I don't try to do anything like that. Okay? Because there is no point in arguing with someone who is so set in their ways. I was talking to my brother and telling him all the things that she said to me. Specifically, the one thing that really bothered me when she said she'd rather have an autistic kid and have them vaccinated versus having a healthy child and not vaccinated. When she told me that, and she knows that my son is autistic, my brother is like, you should have just punched her in the face. It's like, yeah, I probably should have. Yeah. I don't understand people, and I don't know why they're so freaking evil. And I don't understand. Hey. No, it's not. Thank you guys for coming in. I'd never seen you before, Rebecca. Thank you for being here. Hello, Michael. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. This is just my rant out of recently. And I think it only bothered me because she said that. It really pissed me off. Yeah, thanks, Happy Mac. My brother was so angry. He's like, you should turn her in. And I was like, yeah, but where would that get me? Hey, Fangdu. If I turned her in, where would that get me? Like, okay, yeah, I turned her in, but would it get her fired? Because that's what it would have to take, because I'm not going to have to continue to work with this woman after I turn her in. I'm like, yeah, policy says that she can't harass you after that, but who's to say she's not going to? Or make your life harder. I just don't have time for that. My son is my stress. I don't need that other stress. So I try to limit my stress, and I try to ignore her. Hello, pizza lover. I love pizza too. Hello. Thanks for coming in. Milu. Hello. Thank you for coming in. So It's just stressful. Like, why would you say that to someone? Like, you're heartless. 19 people in here. Give me a thumbs up or something, trolls. Appreciate it. So, that was like one of my main issues today. Okay. He. Okay. Thanks, Patrick. In India, huh? Thanks for coming in. I don't have a filter on here. Thank you. But yeah, so anyway, I just am completely in awe of this woman and the things that she can say and get by with. And the fact that she has been doing it for years. I mean, she's been here for almost 30 years and she has been getting by. My internet isn't letting me be great. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there for a moment, like when I first, I'm so freaking hot, guys. Do I have my, yes, I do. Give me a second. I thought that was open. I'm like freaking dying in here. 5 years, Happy Mac, 5 years of. So bad, but the other one I work with is like her minion as well. Why do evil people have minions? I'm not quite sure. And these women are older, so they should know better, but they aren't. I'm starting to believe that older people just don't know better. They still start drama. And in fact, I'm starting to think that people 50 plus are more dramatic than anybody else in the universe. And if you're 50 plus, I'm sorry, but that's my experience thus far. And she's in the union and she's lazy. Like, I'll be doing a shit ton of dishes and she's just sitting there eating, or she pulls out a bench and she's just sitting there watching me do dishes. I only work 2 hours a day. I don't have a big job or anything. I just go in and I do the dishes and I leave. Like, I've never experienced anybody quite like this. Never. And I've worked with some like horrible women before. Horrible women. And I've never worked with anybody like this. This is insane. And I typically don't bitch and complain about this. I don't want to be one of those people. They're just constantly bitching about it. But you are too involved. Like, don't talk to me about my son and autism. Don't talk to me about politics. I don't give a shit what you have to say. Yes, she's 100% respect my authority. By the way, she called me a scab. And it kind of like pissed me off, for one. Okay, so all of my life I've lived with union workers. Okay, my mom was a food worker union, my dad was in the truck drivers union. Well, good for you. Watch a horticulture channel then. This isn't a horticulture channel. So all my life I've been around people in the union, you know. And never once, I'm tired of people. Bye. All my life I've been around people that work in the union and I've never experienced anyone like this woman. She like uses it for her own good, like her own. It's not because she wants to be in the union because she's proud of being in the union. She's using it as like a something to fall back on. So if the employer gets mad at her, she can be like, well, my union, nah, 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 nah. You know what I'm saying? It's not because she respects that. She wants to use it for her own agenda. So it's very, very frustrating to work with somebody like this. And like I said, I typically don't complain about this. This is my rant for the day, though, because I have been keeping track of it, notes in my phone, stuff like that. But even if I kept track of everything she's done and everything she does do to me, where is that going to go? Because she has the union to protect her. Like, is it going to do anything? Probably not. So here I am, I'm going to say something, and it's not going to help me, you know? So it's not going to get very far. Thanks for being here, guys. It's, hey, Wickershire Project. Oh my gosh, Wickershire. I love you. Hold up. Sorry, the sun was shining on this and I couldn't. It's her go-to backup. The union won't back her up if they hear what she's been saying. Is there someone there who could back you up? No, because the things she says to me, the other woman does hear, but she's usually like pretending to be busy, so she doesn't hear what she says, but I know she's hearing what she says. But she would never back up the situation. You know what I'm saying? So you're baking? That's awesome. Hey, Marshmallow Man, thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate it. So I don't really think I have a leg to stand on, even if I have a bunch of things that I needed to say and get off my chest. Although I did feel like messaging my boss and just being like, hey, this is what's really going on. And it's not really that even big of a deal right now because next year I'm not even going to be working with her. It's hot here too. I don't know what the temperature is. I can't see, but it's probably in the 70s again. Yesterday, it was pretty close to 70. So that is where I stand with this. I'm like, and I want this job. So I don't want to create any waves, but at the same time, I'm so tired. Like, I just don't talk about politics at work. You don't know how many people you could insult or it just creates problems. So you don't talk about that shit at work. You just don't do it. I'm tired of it. And because you're in the union doesn't give you, it just doesn't give you ordinance to do so. And now, I'm in the union now as well because I decided to do it to protect myself. So I'm in this freaking union and all it does is just, I'm in it and that's it. There's really nothing for me. Hey, Uncle Al. So all I get from the union is messages about politics. Yes, I do. I have 1,000 peas. Actually, I got a pound of peas. So I don't know how many is in a pound, but I got a pound of peas that I'm going to do again this year. So anyway, that is my rant for the day. I'm just super, super frustrated about that situation. And I'm beginning to be a little less tolerant. Like, it's starting to really piss me off. Like, people just need to shut the hell up. So with that being said, another rant that I wanted to talk about was chickens. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, the older you get, the less you care. Yeah. Or the less I can tolerate. How about that? The older I get, the less I'm going to tolerate from somebody. I'm just not going to put up with it anymore. So, let's talk about chickens. Mind you, the bird flu. Okay, so that's what's going on, and people are freaking out, and eggs are just so expensive, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so these people decided to, or just in general, people in general, have decided to buy chickens because they think, oh, I'm going to get chickens and they're going to lay eggs. And yeah, so with that being said, Now on Facebook Marketplace and all these chicken groups, people are starting to get rid of their chickens because the price of eggs has dropped and they don't need their chickens anymore. So they're like, oh shit, I have all these chickens. Now what am I going to do with them? Now people are going to start flooding the market. So if you guys are shopping for chickens, make sure you quarantine. Make sure you quarantine if you get any. I noticed that this was the past month, eggs as gas and other things have dropped. Yes, they have. I don't really know why specifically, but yeah, they said that gas has dropped significantly and egg prices have dropped dramatically. Sorry, Zachary. Give me a second to read this. How do you balance supporting your child's autism and teaching accountability and self-control? What do you mean? I don't know what that means exactly. It's okay, Viper. 2 new chickens and 2 guinea hens. Both guinea hens dropped one day. Chicks are doing great. Won't buy guinea hens again, but I really want. Yeah, I really want them too. I think they're super cool, but they're really, really noisy. They're really noisy, and yeah, they may lay a lot of eggs and whatnot, and it might just be like chicken eggs, but they're really obnoxious. How many more months do you have to put up with this hideous coworker? Oh, God. No, I'm not honking my horn. There's a bunch of kids in front of me. Let me see. How many more months? June 1st. I think June 2nd is my last day for the summer. And then I work with her again next year. Maybe. It all depends on what exactly is going on, because there's a lot of changes right now going on with the administration and whatnot. So I don't really know all the details of everything. A lot of people have been talking about what's going on. I have a feeling that this happens like every year, or it's just happening because Trump's in office. But I have a feeling that this happens a lot. And then we go on and on and on with the Democratic panic mode. Everybody's in panic. Oh, we're all going to lose our jobs. You know, that kind of thing. So, DOJ is investigating. Yeah. But if I hear one more thing about politics and one more thing about the Republicans where I'm from, Ohio, I think I might flip out. Like, I go to work to go to work. By the way, I really love my job because most of the time I'm like in a room by myself and I wash dishes. I don't really talk. Like today, I didn't really talk that much. So that is relaxing to me. I like it. I don't come to work to talk about politics or anything else for that matter. In fact, I only tell these people what they need to know. They know nothing about me. I choose to not tell them anything about me. So, yes, exactly. I love to garden because it takes my mind off of things. By the way, yesterday I planted my black poppies. Super excited about that. And I don't know if you guys saw my little video that I dedicated to Joe, but thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. I appreciate it. Joe last year gave me or sent me a ton of saffron crocuses, and I hadn't got them planted. I just planted them over the winter, and they're already coming up. So I can't wait to see what they're going to look like, and two, if they're going to spread all over the place, because that's even really cool. Like, by the way, if you guys know, crocus is one of the first flowers of spring. So if you see crocus, spring literally is right around the corner. When she starts to talk about your kid or politics, you should ask her how much lint her belly button can hold. Just a stupid to redirect. Most of the time I just walk away and pretend like I have to do something. Like, they were talking specifically about, and I'm pretty sure the other woman that we were talking to, I'm pretty sure that the other woman that we were talking to kind of felt the same way I felt, or she didn't know what to say, so she just stood there. But they are cutting one of our hyacinths are coming up. Beautiful. Hey, thank you for coming in, Howie. What's up? Hey, Gear. Thank you. So I'm pretty sure, okay, so they're cutting our preschool program, which I'm deciding I think I'm going to write a huge article in the newspaper about it, because it's not really cool to cut a preschool program. They're actually going down to half days, apparently, and they're cutting it. So the one woman I work with is kind of panicked because she works full time here, and she's like, where am I going to put my kid? So with that being said, they were talking about it, and once again, it went straight to politics. I'm like, dude, not everything has to do with politics. And the schools aren't really losing the money that we thought they were gonna lose, and we're gonna be okay. I'm tired of hearing about it. It's just like, it adds stress into my life that I don't want to talk about. So it's been beautiful the past 2 days, but I guess this weekend it's supposed to be pretty nasty. And I did take a look at my chickens. I got out there and I got to feed my chickens and look at them, and they're starting to get so big. If you guys don't know, in November, we got some chickens. We got about 17 more, and then we had put them out. Now they're in the coop, and they are looking so cute. So I have one duck and one turkey and about 25 or 26 chickens right now. Yeah, today it is probably in the 70s. I don't know. I'd have to turn on my car, and I don't really want to do that right now. But I'm pretty sure it feels like it's in the 70s. Yesterday was 68, so we were pretty close to the 70s, which is kind of rare for this time of year. So 9 months till out, new ones laying eggs. So 9 months of freeloading. Yeah. So I hope whatever is going on in your world today, guys, if you read the news or whatever, that it doesn't stress you out. It's good to be informed, but it's not good to be stressed out. Life is not supposed to be stressful. Life is supposed to be filled with experiences and hope and fun and learning about things. Hey, zombie. What's up? Good to see you. When those plants die, do they croak? No. Long time no see. It's good to see you, though. So, what do you guys want to talk about? What kind of rants do you want to talk about today? If you don't believe in it, you cannot be hurt, Corky. Yep, true. I only it only hurts me if you attack my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, that really hurts me. My son is innocent, and my son has nothing to do with you. Don't attack my son. You know what I'm saying? So that is where I have my issues. And my son is autistic, so yeah, direct so rant. So I don't know what I'm going to do for the garden this year. I'm going on a small vacation, and when I get back, then I'm coming back hardcore. And I'm going to be videoing a lot of things that I'm going to be doing outside. And the weather, oh my God, I just want to get out there and take some pictures and stuff. But I don't have any blooms on anything just yet. But as soon as I do, I'll be taking tons of pictures because it's so beautiful. And I love when our apple trees bloom. I think an apple blossom is probably one of the most beautiful things. And so it's good to see you guys. Thank you for coming in, hanging out, and everything like that. Oh my gosh! Hey, you guys! I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I have certain rights because my son is autistic. So if I feel like somebody is discriminating, I can take care of that. Haven't started my tomatoes as I'll be gone a week on vacation soon. Same here. Same here. And I haven't started that yet. I'm going to wait till after I get back. And I'm not going to plant anything anyway until Memorial Day weekend. So that gives us plenty of time. Jinja Ninja. I don't know, Bats. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. And sometimes I just think to myself, like, this person is extremely ignorant and it's not my job to educate the world. That's how I think about it. But yeah, it's very, very frustrating. First 2 months of us showing growth and a bunch of strong starts and leaves. Then the next month, everything goes monstrous and big and bugs come in. Yep. It's not even like, she's not even making fun of my kid, but she's like saying things that are just extremely ignorant that she doesn't know anything about. So that's where I'm like, you know. It's so good to see you, Ginger Ninja. I absolutely love you. Yeah. I'm just not a confrontational person. I don't like confrontation. I hate it, actually. I don't want to fight and argue over someone's ignorance. There are some things that, though, that need to be handled. Like, it needs to get handled. It's starting to really bother me. But then I keep thinking, I won't work with her next year. So what's the point of me complaining? Like, now, you know? But it's just really, really frustrating. And disgusting. So for those of you, oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Take a couple kicking box classes and you will do fine. Yeah. That's what I need to do. Summer production is not what they show on the packages of the seeds. Our growth is fall. Cooler weather. Yeah. Some people do better with a fall garden. For sure. My grandson is autistic, highly doubt, and intelligent. Anyone messes with him, messes with the bull and horns. Isn't that the truth? I agree with you 100%, zombie. Like, I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people attacking kids that are autistic. And I never thought in a million years that people would. That's like attacking someone who is mentally retarded or someone who has a disability or an old person that you know needs a handicap placard or I would never make fun of anybody like that. You know what's really disgusting is that people that make fun of people that have mental illnesses. That really bothers me. I don't necessarily like that at all. And it's really hard because people that have mental disabilities or mental issues hide it well, or they don't physically look like they have a mental problem. So then people are like, are they really sick? They're just using the system. You know what I mean? And that really bothers me because you don't really know what that person is going through and you don't really know, you don't know everything. So don't just assume that that person is using the system. Anytime I comment on a video about bees, you wouldn't believe how much smack people talk to me. People fight to defend their perspectives. Yeah, and most of the time their perspectives are trash. They don't really know what they're talking about because there's no statistical proof about how vaccines like mess with children. There is no information about that, by the way. There's none. And RFK Jr. asked Fauci if he could have that information, and Fauci said yes, but he never gave it to him. So there is no information about that, and we do need to study it, and we do need to figure that out. Even if there is even if it's not even if that's not the case, we still need to figure out if they are harming our kids. We need to figure that out. I'm just telling my experience and get called all kinds of, yes, you'll be surprised. I actually stopped getting, like, there for a while, I would get on an autistic site because sometimes it's really helpful to, like, have a group of people to talk to that know what you are going through. And sometimes it's really helpful, but at the same time, you get ignorant a-holes in those groups too, that still don't believe that a vaccination caused that crap. And no, like, I don't know who told me this. Somebody said that vaccinations haven't changed, and yes, they have. They've changed from when we were kids. 100%. And they changed in the amount that we are giving our kids to. I remember getting my measles, mumps, and rubella vaccination when I was in like 8th grade. My son already got it, and he's 6 years old. Yeah, sometimes you want to get good feedback, or you just need somebody to talk to that can relate. But at the same time, you got a bunch of a-holes in those groups too. And then, you just end up feeling bad or something like that. And I just don't really have time for that. And, a lot of people think it's a hereditary thing, but that's really interesting considering I have no one on my side of the family that has autism, and neither does my husband. So where is that coming from? Like, it's not an inherited thing. So good to see you too. Thank you for coming in. So it's like, where is that coming from? And how can you argue with me about that? I'm not going to sit there and argue with you on the internet. Not going to do it. So the one thing I will do is I will stick up for my son. And you know what? A lot of kids that are autistic need stuck up for. They need a voice because a lot of those kids don't have one. Exactly, Ginger. You know what you know. Yep. I feel ya. And I know you know what I'm talking about too. So, and I never thought I would actually go public with this stuff because there for a while, and I don't know if anybody else has that issue with an autistic kid, but I didn't want to talk about it for the longest time. Like, I just kind of wanted to keep it hidden because I don't know. I don't want people to look at my child in a different light. Yes, I know. And I get a ton of trolls in these chats as well. It's because I'm vertically going live and they just look for it. So, yeah. Long ago, it was healthy to smoke and the food pyramid wasn't company funded. Had your best interest in well-balanced diet. Time change and people start figuring out the truth. Yes. By the way, the school lunches, there's another rant I could go on about. The school lunches are absolute crap. I feel bad for the kids that get a free lunch and they have to eat that crap. I feel really bad for them. Like, It's just horrible. It's all processed food. And then you're forced to take a vegetable and you're forced to take a fruit. But that doesn't teach you anything. It doesn't teach you about good eating habits, because most of the time, like, they have to purchase it, but then they just throw it away because they don't eat it. And then you spend half the day hungry because all you had was a piece of pizza and you threw out your fruit and vegetable. It makes no freaking sense. Yeah, I pack my son's lunch too. But that what they were supposed to do is they're supposed to, like, if he doesn't eat his lunch or if he has issues eating it or something's going on, the lunchroom is supposed to be a backup in case he needs more food. But they haven't been doing that either. So, yeah. I just like Facebook because I chat to people on there. Like, all in the Messenger. Um, I talk to all my friends on Messenger. That's how I talk to people for the most part. So, yeah, you're right, Uncle Al. It is a horror show. It is. It's unbelievable, the crap that we feed kids. If you use it right, it's great. Yeah. Um, you're 100% right. The school lunches are just a travesty. And I can't even believe that we have a head cook, because a head cook doesn't do shit. They prepare the food, which in return, all they do is pack a bunch of vegetables in little baggies. They get the salads already. And then they put the processed food, chicken tenders, chicken nuggets, hot dogs, pizza, they put it in the oven or the microwave. I wouldn't even call that person a head cook. You're not cooking anything. And it's not these people's fault. But it does need to be looked into, because these school lunches are crap. They really are. I just can't believe that the kids are forced to eat that. They don't have a choice. And some of the kids I feel like extremely bad for, because you don't know what their home life is like. So they come to school for their one meal a day or their breakfast, which is one meal a day, and they get a muffin, a donut, or a Pop-Tart, but they got milk or a little thing of juice, and that's their breakfast. Or their lunch was a piece of pizza and corn. Why do you have corn with pizza? Why wouldn't you have, like, green beans or something? By the way, corn is like, okay, I love corn, don't get me wrong. And there for a while, I couldn't eat it. For years, I didn't eat it because it made me sick. Okay, but I do love corn, don't get me wrong. But there's a reason why I like corn, because it's sugary, it's good, it's great with butter. Like, all the wrong reasons to like corn, okay? So, why are you pairing that with pizza? That is disgusting. That kid is getting a giant sugar overload. They're getting a sugary overload. And then on top of it all, okay, you're not allowed to have real pop. They force you to drink diet pop or water. You can't have any sugary drinks. So you can't have juice or anything like that. It's half the sugar. So you are carbing them up and then making them drink diet chemical pop. Makes absolutely no sense. The lunches are just disgusting. Hello, Linda Hong Muller. Thank you for coming in. We are talking about school lunches in America. But yeah, back in the day, I don't know when I was in school if it was better. I can't really remember. I didn't really get lunches I packed my lunch all the time. Every once in a while, I'd like get the pizza or something if I really wanted it. But for the most part, I packed. And I do remember specifically, like, they had a side salad, they had spaghetti, um, they had good options. So I don't understand what is really going on here. I know this is stupid, but when I die and God asks me, go ahead and ask me any one question and I'll tell you the truth about it. Me, so what's the deal with corn and why does it come out the same? Truth. Truth. That's kind of funny. But yeah. It was so funny. I had an uncle, he was from Germany, and he would always say, Das Korn is for cows. Sure. You just have to, there should be a donate button. There should be a star with a circle, and you can donate whatever you want. I appreciate you. Thank you, Lena. But so, for the most part, just, I don't know. I feel so horrible for the kids. I do. Because in the end, they are the ones that suffer. They're the ones that are suffering because they're not getting proper diets. And you ever wonder, like, some kids have behavioral problems, and it just makes you wonder if it's because of the food that they were fed at lunch. Also, I would like to know the statistics of the kids that act up after school lunch, after they eat. I'd like to know the statistics because, you know, if they aren't, especially older kids that don't get a recess anymore. So it just makes me wonder. Bye, Uncle Al. Have a good night or day. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. See you later. It just makes me wonder if there's a correlation like with kids acting up after they eat their school lunch with all the sugars and everything like that. And that is another thing too, is like everything is made out of whole wheat. Everything has to be whole wheat. So it also just makes you wonder what exactly their poor little bodies are really going through. And, you know, a lot of those kids probably don't have a good meal at home. They get a bag of chips and a Coke, and that's their dinner for the evening. So it just makes me wonder what exactly these kids are also getting at home. It's actually really sad. Really sad situation. Lena, that is very, very nice of you. I'm a YouTuber and I changed my username. You're in a video. Okay. Well, that's okay. I'm ordering some chicks right now. Are you? That's cool. What is your other YouTube channel? And do I know you? Now I'm curious. Yeah, my sister-in-law messaged me the other day. She's like, oh man, she's like, chickens are just really, like, the chicken eggs are just so expensive. She's like, I'm thinking about getting my own chickens. And I'm like, good luck trying to find some because you and everybody else are thinking the exact same thing. Yeah. And in Canada, it's probably a little bit different too. Like, apparently you guys don't have the bird flu. It's only in America. Not like Canadian geese fly over the border or anything like that. It's just very, very, very frustrating. Oh, guys. Okay. So my rant today was just, it was kind of personal. So hopefully you don't take offense. And just do the right thing by people. Don't make fun of others unless you know this. They're, you have to know people's situations and what they're going through. And yeah, enjoy your beautiful day if you live in Northeast Ohio or Ohio in general, because it is just absolutely gorgeous today. Absolutely gorgeous. If you are interested in becoming a member of Wide Family Farm, you can always be a member. I keep my memberships really low at 99 cents a month, super inexpensive. So be a member and join the club. And that's all I have to say today, guys. I really thank you for coming in, and and I really actually enjoy the chat. So thank you so much. Also, what was I gonna say? I believe Tammy and I will be live this Friday. We will be talking about YouTube. And this Saturday on Grow Big TV, we will be interviewing Mary from Mary's Heirloom Seeds. So that is at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays. So thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.